Hey guys, different pace in this video this week. We got an inbox on Instagram asking for some information, asking for some help and assistance. And it was asking us to be super critical. It was from a new keeper who's just getting into the ball pythons, and now they're thinking about making it kind of a little bit more extra income, make it pay for themselves, and he wants to get deeper into the hobby as far as acquiring more snakes and want to know, hey, he has X, Y, and Z. What should he be looking at getting into? Obviously, we always answer those questions with the kind of the blanket statement. You have to really go after what you like, what you want. Now, after a little bit more back and forth, they explained to us that, you know, they have very, very thick skin. They want us to share some of our criticism on maybe some of the projects that they're thinking about moving forward with. And sorry, guys, we're not judgmental people. That's just not how we roll. But we were able to kind of help them in the manner of what we would do in certain situations. And I said, this is a great video topic on holdbacks and why we even kind of head in the direction we want to go in and what's the motivations behind it. So we're going to dig into that in this video here. Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Exotic Creations, coming to you guys with another video this week, and hopefully you are one of our lovely subscribers, but if not, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to drop some gems in this one, I hope. Again, we put out videos to be very inclusive in the hobby. We can't be successful even as a breeder, as a business, if we don't have customers. And all of our customers and all of your customers are not going to end up being fellow breeders. That's just not how any business works. Yes, you will end up selling to fellow breeders or competitors, whatever you want to put it as, but overall, you're going to have to be successful by serving everyone, big and small. Big dollars, small dollars. It's all in how you treat people, which leads us to holdbacks. Now, we were talking back and forth with one of the people that's following us on Instagram. It was an amazing conversation. It went on for a couple of days, back and forth. And it was cool because I saw that kind of the light bulb moment through reading back through the text, and kind of sparked this video here. You guys know we talk a lot, and if you go back through the archive of all the videos and all the different playlists, that, you know, as far as business, and that's cool, but you're gonna end up spending a lot of money, you know, in this hobby, in this business, depending on where you want to go. And sometimes even, you know, on the hobby side, you're still going to spend a substantial amount of money. Now, holdbacks, if you can kind of plan out things according to your own game plan, whether you're a business or a hobbyist, you can really tailor it in a way where you can move projects forward, at the same time kind of not necessarily cap the money that you're spending, but you can spend, how do I put it, you can make better educated financial decisions as you continue to dump money into this hobby that you guys are enjoying. Now, when it comes to some of your breeding programs, you want to look out there and look at what it is that you want to produce. If you have no problem making what they call the byproduct of certain projects while you're making something that, you know, let's say is readily available, then go ahead and do that. Who are we to tell you what to make and what not to make? But there's ways to make holdbacks and it to make more financial sense, as well as breeding plan sense, as we continue to move forward. And we're going to show you that in this video here. Everything doesn't mean go out and spend a crap ton of money. We've been doing it now for a couple of years, and we keep spending, but we tell you why we spend. We tell you why we're acquiring this and why we're acquiring that. A lot of the time you'll see, you know, the beginning stages of what we're doing, and if not the end stage, the direction we're trying to go in. We also get up here and tell you, hey, we screwed up. We messed up doing X, Y, and Z. This is how we messed up. just so maybe if you're doing the same thing, maybe you don't have to mess up like we're messing up. So again, that's us being transparent with you, and we're going to continue that transparency in this video here. So getting back on the track of holdbacks, how do we even get to what a holdback is? Holdbacks mean different things to different people, and it should. Depending on where you are and what you like and what you're trying to create is going to basically define what your holdback is in your projects. For us, we have several different projects, tons of projects at this point. And to elaborate a little bit on that, there's going to be certain things where we have 1 or 2 projects where we really can't buy forward in it. And it's fine, and it's going to end up being fun still, because, you know, I'm never going to sit here and say we're the leader of a project, because we're not. You know, we're the 3rd year in. We started out really good in certain projects, where now if we're looking for, you know, certain male, or we're looking for a certain female, there aren't any available. And that's a good place to be in, and a bad place to be in too, because now you have to make sure that all your breedings and pairings that you're looking to create, you're creating things on both sides, males and females. And you're going to have a hierarchy, a list of things that's needed. Now you may have your starters, your grade A holdbacks, your B, you may grade them in that sense. We do. So you're kind of looking for any of these in male or any of these in female that pretty much is guaranteed a holdback for whatever reason it is. Hang in there with me, guys. I'm gonna give you a visual to bring it all in and rein it all in together. But when you go down this checklist, it's almost like a shopping list that you're looking to create yourself through what you have. Now, there may be monkey wrenches thrown in, which is kind of cool, honestly. Sometimes with the auctions on Morph Market, or you see something on Palm Street, you may see a breeder that ended up being, you know, 1 gene shy of, especially in a female, 1 gene shy of exactly what you're looking for. That may be an awesome pickup to add into the mix of what you're already doing. Or you may find one where it has 1 gene more than what you're actually looking for. As long as it's not a detrimental gene to your project, it may be smart to pick that up. So that's what we always mean. We have a budget where we can, you know, pay ourselves as employees of the business, but we can kind of still spend our money as well as business money on getting into a project if it's needed. Obviously, primarily, we want to spend the business money, because the business is going to have more money than us. I mean, we're just little peons of Flawless over here. So when we look into it, we always laughing back and forth with KG, Darren, and Tim, because, you know, we've said it several times. Sometimes like, man, we're broke. You know, we're going to eat ramen because we sat here and bought a, you know, $2,000, $3,000 snake, whatever it may be. But you're making these decisions in the best interest on the direction of your business that you're trying to head in. Yes, the business funds may be there, but you're not looking to pull business funds out of the business and make it a part of your personal life or personal revenue. Stay kind of focused on the goal and move, you know, full steam ahead. So with that all being said, let's go down to the vault and show off a couple things that can kind of give you a visual for what I'm even talking about here. Okay, now down here in the vault, and we're going to show you a few things as far as to kind of give you a visualization on some of the things that kind of we did in the research side before we even got to really this point. I'll show off one girl right now. Okay, not sure if you've seen this girl specifically just yet, but she's a big girl we got growing out. She'll be ready for the 2026 season, I guess. Nothing too crazy with her. We do think she has something quite funky going on. It's almost stranger-like, but there was no stranger in the pairing. But this is just a normal, guys. We have 3 of these girls. This is a normal quad het, genetic stripe, hypo, pod, ultra male. Cool. And we have 3 females from this. Now, the whole point in actually creating this was when we looked into this quad program that we're into, we want to also make the triples and the doubles that come with that. And at the time, there were no females available that were quad het, normal quad hets, anything like that. So we said, you know what, we're going to create them. That's what we need for our projects to move forward. We had at that time an Inchi Ultra Male Pod. Pods had hypo male, and we have a bunch of G-stripe hypo females. And we said, all right, that's the kind of level playing field of where we wanted to start. And here it is, she's created now. So as we're talking about holdbacks, this girl here, we have 3 of them. And these girls are going to give us hopefully 3 opportunities, because again, we increase our numbers with the amount of females that we can breed, because just because you breed a female doesn't mean she's going to go for you. This girl may decide, knock on wood, to go off food and decide she doesn't want to even get to size for us next season. So again, within our control, we want to increase our probability of being successful in this project with holding back as many as we can. And it happened to be 3 females, 2 from one mom and 1 from another. And if you go on Morph Market and try to find a normal quad het in that project, there are none available. You can't go and buy a baby. You can't go and buy a breeder. There are none available. So again, this goes back to the whole point of the video. What's a holdback for you is different for different people. But in this project, we can be millionaires and go out, for lack of a better expression, and look for this potential combo, and we can't find it unless we know someone who has it. And much like we did in the Crested Gecko world, we made some offers on some holdbacks when we got started into that about 10 years ago, and people sold their holdbacks. Okay, now with this girl, we have 2 spot nose strangers that are both females that we created here in house. Now, if you're looking for this girl here, which is a spot nose stranger, she's a little camera shy, 100% het clown female, you can find them online. There's not a ton of them available, and there's still a pretty hefty tag to them. A lot of people have seen, cool little head stamp, have seen the stranger, single and more kind of simple combos drop in price. This is pretty much still hanging in there. She is not wanting to cooperate. But this girl, in her genes is hanging in there as far as her combinations. So that being said, we held her back to strengthen our basement when it comes to some of our pairings in the future. She's going to be a key part of us building, our building blocks in our stranger combos. Also show off, the other girl we have that's pretty much identical to her is 100% double het, clown, and puzzle. So we won't show her sibling off in the power of genetic testing, but we held her sibling back because at the end of the day, if we want to go out there and purchase a female like her, where it's a spot nose stranger, 100% het clown, we can. You can spend those funds, or we can jump in front of it on planning side of things and create it like we did. But if we want to go out there and pick up her sister, which is the same combo as she is, but 100% double het puzzle clown, and again, unlimited funds at our fingertips, we couldn't because there are none available. Again, this is the things that we think about when we start planning some of our pairings, which are dependent upon what projects are we working. All right, and I'm gonna show this beautiful girl off, even though she's just starting to go into blue. This is something more of a common project. I really wanted to show her off, which is why I'm showing her off in blue, because this is a very important point I want to make. This is a clown pie girl. Clown pie girls are, or boys or girls are at a all-time low right now. You can grab them up, breeders, proven breeders, the whole 9 yards at pretty much a huge discount. But what's so very important about this girl is because we're working that project in a different way. And when we hit this girl, we ended up holding her back because she is actually a fire leopard, possibly super leopard, clown pie female. So this is one of those where it's like we said before, as common as this project is, everyone's in it. We're taking it in a different direction, the direction we're going to go on the end game of this project. But if you go out there to go find a female like this right now, you cannot find her. Even right now, not available. There's some kind of twist in the availability on these combinations, not quite this combo, but once you put in, even on Morph Market in its present day, fire leopard clown pod, female, not available. And again, it's only icing to the cake that she's possibly super leopard too. So I wanted to make those points on how we go about some of the planning side. And here it is. We have some of the results, but as we continue to move forward, there's going to be even more combinations that we're going to produce, that we're going to purchase, and continue to keep moving forward in the directions we choose to move forward in. So those are the same things that you should do. So back up in the recording studio to close out this video. Hopefully you enjoyed that segment. Hopefully you enjoyed this entire video. Really did a little bit of research and tried to find some things. Again, if there's an error in anything that at this current moment, you know, whether you're watching it here in 2025, this video, or you're watching it in the future years to come, and you found this, it may have, you know, become available. Something is available in these projects that we were just talking about. So obviously in that moment, you know, this situation wouldn't be fully applicable to that moment in that breeding plan. So this is in the moment, things that we see. If you guys have been in this hobby even for 6 months, you know the industry changes super fast. And what's assisted it in changing super fast is going to be shed testing. So check out our homie Charlie over at shedtesting.com. You know, let him know we sent you over there. He's a channel sponsor here. He's really looked this out in a big major way. But hopefully you enjoy content like this, videos like this. Hopefully this can help mold your breeding plans as they continue to move forward on some of your projects that you're working with. Maybe it could solidify on why you're holding back certain animals instead of letting them go. Maybe some certain animals that you're holding on to, you really didn't have a reason to hold on to them business-wise or project-wise. Maybe you're just holding on to the animal because you like how it looks. There's nothing wrong with that. We are literally telling you the strategic ways on moving your projects forward. You're already into the industry or wanting to get in. This is directions and things you need to think about as we move forward. There's so many different genes. There's so many different combinations out there. Really, the sky's the limit. You need to go with what you like. But it's Will, Flawless Exotic Creations, and we out.